Hi everyone. It's been about 10 minutes since I did that tile thing in there, but I'm going to take down all these 2x. These were temporary to begin with, and I got that nice box window in. There's a video on that, and all kinds of other stuff. The Redneck Spy air compressors going the old Metabo, and I'm going to pull all these rails out of here and get these 2x4x6s that I carried. Quite the story at Lowe's. People said, "You can go get them things in that car." I said, "Yes, I will." Alright, let's strip this down. So I got all that taken out of there, and you can see how that just feels sort of unnerving. It's just feels like there's no safety factor there, and there isn't. So destruction didn't take long because it wasn't up there with any reckless abandon. So let me I need to bring my chop saw up here. I may go make a trip and get some of this stuff off here and just bring my chop saw up here. I can cut 45s with that, but I don't want to butt joint this thing. So let me go get that thing. If it's not screwed down, even if it is screwed down, I'm going to unscrew it and bring it up here. Consarn it. Alright, I got more than enough lumber to do this, so I'm happy about that. And I try to save the biggest hunks I can, but I had to get these pre-cut to carry them in the car. So I just tried to do the best I could to save all the lumber board feet I could. So after you get some experience under your belt, you kind of learn how to lay things out. This piece that was pre-cut is a little too short, but I know this one's way too long. So I'm also probably going to bring my, or I'll just mark them and do them down there, my jigsaw, and round off those corners once I get them marked up here. So what the first piece we're going to cut, I don't think this piece is going to be usable, but we'll just put it where you see it. So the first piece to cut will be this one, and don't just take your time. And remember, now these old timbers here are original equipment here, and they're all treated and twisted and all of that stuff. So, but let's cut this one first to see. I can flip this one over and maybe it'll work over there. I don't know. That's what you get with 45s. So I guess I could get the circular saw and trim that up some, but I don't think it matters on the back porch. So what you do is you're going to make your mark right about here, and then you kind of do it like that, and then that'll give you your idea. Now you want to make sure you got your cups up. That one's a dead flat piece. That's what I call them anyway. And this is a dead flat piece. This is out of the center of the tree. So, tell you the truth, now you're just going to work on what it looks like. This side has no stickers or marks on it, so we're going to go with that premise and just sort of sight line it there. Sight line it here and make sure you're up against back there. So let's do this again. So you're going to do there and that. Okay, let's see what that's going to look like. It's hot out here. How can it be January 2nd? It's hot as heck. So that's pretty good there. I'm okay with that. So we've got to cut. Do we have enough here to make 2 45s? I think we do. This is a little bit giving because we're on the back porch. Let's see where we are cup wise. It's got the writing on it, but the cups are showing that way, so we got to go this way. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do later. I've already, if you read it, if you read your stuff. So that ends up being just about right. But I do recommend that you go ahead and mark that stuff. So that one's that way, and this one's that way. No, it's not. Almost did it wrong, didn't I? This one's this way. And I don't have to cut any length off of this. Okay, so there you go. It's easy to mess up. So the scrap that I cut from that, I was hoping was going to work over here. It's not. It's just not going to. It's just way too far away for that. And the other piece that I had. So I'll chop that up and use it for bracing, and that'll be fine. All right, so let's get back to cutting this one. So zoomp, zoomp. And we probably can take this one up there too. And it's going to go this way. So that looks like that's going to be that. 3 cuts in what time? Cool, huh? I could probably do more, but let's just bite this off a little bit at a time, okay? I think this piece here may do that piece. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's not let that slip down between the cracks there. And so let's mark these. And this is, let's see, right, let's look down here, right there, and there. And that goes, we got the right, kind of beat up on, isn't it? Well, I got the middle pieces, didn't I? There's no obvious cupping. So that goes there. Is that right? Yep, I think that's right. And flip this piece over and Mike can use it there. We'll see. Save that whole piece of lumber there. That'd be nice. Oh, I tell you what, let's go ahead and do this one too. And that one does this one. Okay, and there, oh yeah, here we are here. So we got these done. And so anyway, I might have to put a brace under here to get these to stay level. I'm thinking about that anyway. Okay, so 3 cuts. We have lift off here. Isn't that nice? So the scrap off this piece will easily do this piece. And it's not too twisted up there. And I'm going to bring this thing down a little bit too. I'm going to kind of measure where my elbows fall, my arms, and then, because it was way too high before, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so all I got to do now, I don't have to tear up that big piece. That's so nice. I think I'd do better with a tape measure almost. As funky as that is. Let's go get a tape measure. I don't have one on me because I'm sort of just eyeballing it. Well, that's it for this particular segment here. And now we're going to go down to the shop and do some fancy milling. Okay? Sounds good to me. Let's not leave that up there because I don't want that falling off and going boom on anything. So I'm going to number these. And on the back side, 2 things. One, you'll be numbered. And the other, you know what the back side is. So now we're going to go for a little bit of decoration here. Sound like fun to me. Alright. Let's get the old rigid. Let's point her away from the Jaguar. Oh, I took down that cranky thing for the air hose, and this is an original 1947 MG wire wheel. So I figured that'd be better off for holding my line. And it ain't sticking this far out in the shop either. Okay, so let's see about doing a decorative chamfer here. And just kind of do it for fun. I remember when I was real little, I must have been 4 or 5, I was running down a pier right next to Camp Dogwood, which I think is still there, Earl Holder's house. And I put my hand on the rail, and boy, I got a splinter, bunch of splinters. Boy, it hurt, cried like I was 4 years old. And so I kind of gets your mind right. You know, things happen on for a reason. So there's the top side, and there's the bottom side, and this is number 5. This is going to just get me started. And I don't know. Set the blade up. I'll show you in a second. Oh, I hate it when it does this. Stop doing that. There you go. Just sit there and cracks and creaks. Okay, so we are ready to go. I wish I had a little piece to start with, but I think I'll just start with old number 5 here, and that's what we're going for. This is very, very dangerous, so be careful. It's a jungle out there. I ain't running no gigantic table saw. with one hand. Okay, I think that's a pretty good test shot. So nobody's ever going to see that. Okay, so now it's just a little bit of a decorative edge. I just like that. Okay, so now we can go this way and just do all 5 pieces, and we'll get going here. I decided just to do all 4 edges of everything. It sure is a lot prettier, and when you grab hold of it, it feels just so much nicer. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to assemble it with screws, and then once I get it good and everything good and level and where I'm happy, I'm just going to back the screws out. I guess I should consider. Well, these are pretty good tappers, and anyway, nevertheless, let me think about that later. Get this assembled, get it right where I want it, and then we'll glue it together, and we're going to set it right out here because I don't want that Gorilla Glue leaking on my unstained deck up here. So we're probably going to just assemble a couple of pieces and then kind of just move out to here, so drip drops won't cause any concerns. But let's assemble it with screws now first, okay? Thinking about running out of battery. It's always like that, isn't it? Yeah, let's go get a fresh battery. Okay, dang, it's hot out here. I'm gonna go over there and do this, but I've got it assembled, and you can see that now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's go over here in the shade and do this. The sun hitting me thing is bad. Boy, the thing's heavy. Holy cow. Oh. Well, she's staying together pretty good. Oh, that's better. Okay, I gotta put those storm windows in. You get to see the seedy backside of the farmhouse. Okay, well, let's just go get the glue and the gun and stand over here and do this. Cool drink time. All right, rat rods of Africa. Here we go. I think that's hilarious. I can't wait to do that. I got too much other to do. I got to go work on Daphne now. Oh boy, that's hard stuff there. You won't get that Gorilla Glue on your hands, or it'll turn your skin all kind of colors. Okay, well, that's pretty solid. That'll have to sit here overnight now, and I think that's just fine. I got company tomorrow. Looks like we'll be working on a Lexus LS, what is it, LX 400 or something, LS, I can't remember. It's a Lexus from the wreck of the old 97. So we'll have to postpone this a little bit, but it needs to just stay there and let the Gorilla Glue soak up in the pores and make it pretty stable, I hope. So I've got different sanders because I can see where the Gorilla Glue has gotten up on the wood. Now it won't take stain at that point, but right now just leave it alone. It's nailed and screwed and glued and everything's fine. The horizon's moving up, so it'll be dark soon. I'm going to see if I can piece together something from all of this mess here and try to make up something that looks presentable. So where's that thing? I got a couple ideas on how to stretch out my lumber here and not be wasteful. So I got the jigsaw and the belt sander and stuff like that, so it's going to be fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round off this corner and then put my bevels back on with a belt sander. We'll do that right now. Thing ought to be good and solid. It's been sitting here about 4 or 5 days. So I believe the glue has cured. Okay, that's gonna look fine. I need both hands with a belt sander. That looks pretty good. I'm okay with that. kind of want to take that off right there. Looks a little chalky. The other one looks a lot better. Funny how you look at it, different angles. I just had to get a shot of that. That's beautiful. We'll see what it looks like here in a little bit more time. It's going to be really nice. That purple and the little bit of kind of reddish moon, full moon coming. It looks like a full moon. Pretty close to it. So I'm going to make my braces now that will go on the post, the existing post, and I'm going to make my base now for this thing, and we'll be pretty much all done here before too much longer. It's getting cold out here because it's hot in there. So there are my holders there, and that's such as it is, and I think I can sort of true that up a little bit if I need to. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. And so I just made a base. I'm just trying to make the best out of the wood I got. It's about all I can say, and that's all I'm gonna do. Just do what I can. So this is just basically a little bit of bolt, a little bit of scrap, and so let's put this one up here. Don't laugh quite yet. There's that thing up. Ooh, golly, pretty. It's prettier in the camera. There you go. So I'm all set to put this thing up here. This is a wrap, and there's Venus up there, and it's all screwed in. I could screw it up later. It went together pretty well. I actually put some wood up there for effect. There was no real plan about this. I didn't draw anything out or anything. But that's what she is. And I like it. And I like that too. So it's a nice level for me. And it's very stable, very strong. I'm very pleased. And that's just wood that was just lying around doing nothing. So I can just walk out here and get wood. I'm so glad I didn't cut those off and that off too. I was just so happy that I didn't do that. It just seemed kind of, I had my finger on the trigger and I was looking at it and I said, I don't want to do that. So I'm just throwing deck away. So let's see what it looks like from inside the house here. And there's that new disposal I was telling y'all about. And there she is. That's really, really nice. At least to me. I had a big time doing it. And so you give me a big time and subscribe and hit that like button. And we'll talk to you later. And gonna have to get this wood off here because I'm gonna probably have to power wash this now and then stain it. That power washing really cleaned off those steps too. So let's see what it looks like out here. Look at that, and that's on. Gotta wrap this up. All right, well there's the shot right there. I think I'll take that with my camera and make that the cover shot. Let me turn the light off. And we'll do that. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye, y'all.